All right, we're live. Good morning, everybody from Texas. This is Gagan Sarkaria chiming in, and we have right here. Okay, I've got my right background. Very welcome to everybody watching us live, and also to those who will be watching us on replay. My name is Gagan. I am a high achievement coach, and I have my Soulful Consultants with me, Dr. Kenny Chong. You all know him, and he's chiming in from Dubai. And I have a surprise for everybody, like I shared in my last session, that we will be talking about a surprise here. And today, my biggest surprise is I have one of our new soulful consultants, Jake Yim, who is a feng shui master from Texas. So I wanted to introduce Jake to my community, to my followers, and to the world. So welcome, Jake. Thank you so much for being here. We are delighted to have you as a part of our team, and we cannot wait for you to share your wisdom, your experience with the community today. So I am going to hand over the mic. So tell us about yourself, who you are, and why are you here?
Well, thank you, Gagan, for having me. And hello, Kenny. And hello, everyone.
Yes.
Yes, I'm very delighted to join part of your group. And it's very honored.
Thank you.
Yes. So, well, the reason I'm here is that, as you all know, Period 9 is talking about collaborations. So,
Yes.
yes, that's that energy right now. So, p- part of joining you, I think, could work something out.
Yes,
And
and
yes,
I'm going to give a little background history about why we are all here. And just from the audience perspective, they need to understand why you and not why somebody else. So, so let me give a little background, personal story here for those who are listening and watching us live. I've known Jake for like almost 9 months now. We went to the Bazi Professional Certification Program together with Kenny and William and Armin. So we are buddies from that group, learned from the same grandmaster. We've cried together. We've kicked walls together. we've
yes,
we've we've helped clients together, we've helped each other together, and I do not recommend or refer somebody or bring somebody on if I've not had personal transformation with them. So when I say Jake is the feng shui master for us, he is the feng shui master because I had personal transformation with feng shui application and activities that he recommended. So when the conversation started that, hey, I am bringing in consultants, would you be a part of my team? And it was an honor for me when he said yes. And let me tell you, he is not a newbie in the field of feng shui. He's been practicing for decades. But yes, he's showing up as a master now because it is period 9. It is that energy of collaboration. It is that energy where we want to give to people and make a dent in the universe. So, Jake, you've made a lot of dents in the universe, my buddy. So
oh yeah.
please tell us initially, what sparked your interest in Chinese metaphysics or feng shui or Bazi? Tell us, take us back to your time and tell us what happened, because that's a good story to tell.
Okay, sure. Well, this started back in my childhood, through my high school years, and where my parents, especially, and it's about this astrology. They'll be like, "Okay, look, your year is clashing. You have to do something about it." And they don't know anything about punishment, harm, or destruction. All they know is that my year is being clashed. That is something going wrong with me. So either they have me go to the temple, have the monk be blessed, and tie me with the red ribbon around my wrist, and so forth. Yeah. So that at that point, I'll be like, okay, there has to be something, a behind it. That's why, So at year after year, it sparkled me like, okay, I need to find out what make these things work. Okay, so that's one thing about being knowing about the astrology. The feng shui part.
Mm-hmm.
As I grew up, I see business people. They actually doing well,
Mm-hmm.
and along my journey, it's like I want to learn from someone.
Correct.
And so at that point, well, I guess maybe it didn't reach my time. So uh, I I I had a business, and that business where I had find looking for a master who try to help
Mm,
me with my businesses. So this master came from mainland China. He speaks,
nice.
yes, he speaks very little English, where I couldn't
Oh,
understand him at all. All it's just Chinese. So I had an interpreter where he can say 10 words and he just translate me like maybe just two. Like, okay, you
oh my
understand.
gosh. Oh my gosh, that is hilarious.
Oh,
This is
you
this
get
is
it
interesting.
translated.
Yes.
See, this is fascinating to me because um, for everybody watching and listening, Jake and I are first generation immigrants here. So
Yes.
Jake is born in Cambodia and raised in the United States. I'm born in India, raised in the United States. I can say that proudly. And we both. Jake, do you read or write Chinese or no?
No, I don't. But uh, our ancestors are from China, but
Okay,
now it's just Cambodian.
Cambodian. Okay, but you are fluent in Cambodian language, correct? You and your
Yes,
wife.
I can read
Yeah.
and write. Yes.
Yes, yes. So that's fascinating. Now we have another ethnicity and another language added to our team, where we can serve more clients, more diverse clients in different languages. But it's fascinating to me how there is this inner pull towards Chinese metaphysics from with all of us, five of us coming from different cultures, different countries, raised with different families, different languages as native languages. But we, Chinese metaphysics, that love of Chinese metaphysics, whether it's Feng Shui, Bazi, Ziwei, whatever we do, whether it's date selection or rituals, like you're talking about your parents tying a ribbon and asking you to go to the temple. I grew up in a similar culture.
Yes.
So that why is that happening is what was the curious spark, I think, that you wanted to go on your quest to figure it
Yes,
out.
and actually, yeah, it's during my daily childhood. I always like there has to be some mathematical or some things that's really uh, ignite me, like you know, uh, to know about it. It's
Correct.
just like something about numerology,
Yeah.
and numerology. They'd be like, okay, they all well, as in my part of the world in Cambodia, all of them like 168. And I was like, okay, what is 168 to me?
Mm,
Why everybody have a phone number with 168 or have their name uh, with the 168 in the end? You know what I mean? So I was like, okay. And someone approached me, do you know what is 168 is? I was like, no. But he didn't tell me at that point. He just asked me. And then I was like, okay, now make me ponder. I was like, okay, I need to know. I need to learn something. Yeah. So
yeah.
that's why I go into learning feng shui, Bazi, and numerologies,
Yeah.
and just to fulfill, you know.
I know that inner quest of
Yes.
knowing, because you need to know, right? You need to understand, and you're not doing it for somebody else. You're not doing it because you need a piece of degree or a certificate. You're doing it because you're being pulled and called to know the depths of what that modality can offer you and how can you help transform other people. I know what is fascinating to me, Jake, as I uh, found out, as I learned more about you, as we studied together, that yes, you have a very unique perspective in Bazi reading, but Feng Shui is your baby. It's like
Yes.
you have a separate, a kind of a unique attraction. Like Kenny's unique attraction, it's Bazi and date selection. Mine is Qi Men and Ziwei. Yours is Feng Shui and Bazi. But the uniqueness that I found that you do Feng Shui numerology and name numerology, which is totally little different, but I could call it like a sister modality of Chinese metaphysics. You are layering it with your own knowledge, your own experience, your own cultural awareness. And I think the passion that you bring to the community is even more heightened because you know how to layer these to solve a problem for a client. You did for me, you did for Kenny, you did for William. So,
Yes, the thing is, I just want to be a little different than any other consultant. So
of
my practice
course.
will be a little unique, a little different, where I can add in some numerology, some little parts in it, but mainly focus on feng shui. So it's more a little here, pieces here together, where
I I
uh,
think I think Kenny, what do you think? I think that allows the feng shui service that he offers to be more customized to the client. Like you're trying to sell your one of your apartments, right? Your property, so that you can get a landed property. Who did you go to, Kenny?
Go to Jake.
Yeah. We'll text him in the middle of the night. Jake, we're trying to do this. What about feng shui? He says, okay, I'll do it. Like we're all night owls, sometimes Kenny has to tell me and Jake, guys, go to bed. It's too late for you.
well, that's the only time I can have my moment of silence.
Yes. And it's our ox hour.
Yes, I'm out.
It's our ox hour for both of us. And for those who don't understand that piece, like what does that mean? Well, we are talking about the Chinese zodiac that controls the time element on our charts, and we try to align. It's like work smarter, not harder, but we still have to put in the hours so that you guys don't have to.
Yeah.
So that's where the passion comes. When a business coach will ask you, like, what is it that you would like to do if you don't have to get paid for it, you still would love to do, right, Kenny? Like you asked
Yeah.
your students in the class, in your HR class in the college in Dubai where you're teaching, and one person said, I want to be a chef. That's fascinating to me. Like, how do you figure it out? So, Jake, is it possible to align somebody's feng shui, whether it is an adult in the family or a child, like, a growing children where they have to study, they have to go to school, or they're in college, um, to super speed like their learning? Can you activate feng shui or house in that so that people can be more academically enhanced or successful in college? You have 3 kids. How did you do it?
Oh yes. Okay. Well, yes. Feng Shui is a really very broad subject, but because it has many layers to it. There are
Correct.
8 mansions. There are flying stars. There's Shongkong Dagwa, and
Mhm.
whichever wants to work best for a certain people. Let's say if you are to do a long term, then we might want to do an 8 mansion. Now, if you want to do a fast result, then we want to go the flying star because this is a real
Correct.
short term and fast result. Yeah,
Correct.
so it's how people wants to look into it because then okay, if they want to change their children perspective or they're aiming to certain things
Hmm.
for real short time at this moment where he's not aligning at all, then we're gonna focus on the flying star. So yeah, there are results where I have done this, and it shows actually within a couple months, and I was very surprised myself. I was like, wow. because the children was like don't want to focus, and he's not even in college or even in high school. He's just in middle grade school, and he's
Yeah.
just like, okay, he sees too many things outside the world. Like, okay, look, by not attending school, he still can make money. That's their children's perspective nowadays. So I was like, okay, parents are very concerned. They
Yeah.
approach me. So I said, okay, well, there is something that we can make some adjustment in the house or some little arrangement in the house
Mhm.
to meet whatever, their perspective, what are their aimings for. Yes.
I have to share a personal testimonial here, Jake. I shared with you my concern as a mother for my oldest son. And guys who are watching us, listening to us, or maybe replay, when we talk about affinity, like why five of us have come together, there is a very strong affinity on our charts for each other. We are noblemen and intelligent stars for each other, all of us, all five of us. And there is no, I don't believe in coincidences. I believe in divine intervention. So Jake's firstborn and my firstborn are born on the same day. Go figure that piece. Talk about affinity, right? So
Yes.
I was concerned. I shared privately my concerns with my Feng Shui master right here, Jake, and he recommended a few alterations, what time or what day I should be talking to my son about his career and his academic advancements and stuff. And my son, my oldest son, graduated high school during COVID year, so he took a gap year. And that 1 year gap year became 3 year gap year. But I am so glad to share this testimonial with you, Jake, that the recommendations that you made for Feng Shui perspective and personalized aspects, looking at my son's chart, he not only started a college degree in May,
Nice.
snake month, and he went and got it himself. He figured out what he wanted to do, when he wanted to do, how he wanted to do. Money was arranged, everything was arranged, and he is focused on building his portfolio as a data analyst. So when the timing is right and you can forecast and align to those energies, whether it's Bazi, Feng Shui, date selection, or you can blend all of them, or Qi Men, I think it works, but it works more because right now his desk where he's sitting and doing his work is in the north sector. And he is like, he's pulling all-nighters to meet some deadlines that he needs to. I don't have to do it. He's doing it all by himself. All because, Jake, you recommended that Feng Shui tips that I didn't know, that I was able to understand. I understood it, but you gave a different perspective to it. And it just sped up the whole process. And I have to worry less now. So that's
Yes.
the result, right? So
Yes.
customization from Feng Shui perspective or Bazi perspective. And Kenny, you've shared your Bazi wisdom with me for my mother, for my children. It's amazing how it all blends together. And I wouldn't be bringing my two consultants here if I didn't experience that results. So thank you so much, guys, for being here with me and pouring your wisdom to all of us. It makes a huge difference for everybody's life. So
Yes, my pleasure.
Most welcome.
Yes. So it's actually you and I actually share similar story of a child, our family, where my son
correct.
is not focusing, and so what I suggested you, because I had gone through it, where I
Yes.
had to use the to destruct his day. you know, remember
Yep.
we had to use the destruction to
The
destruct his
destruction.
norm. Yes.
Correct.
Yeah. So
Because you explained it to me in such a easy language that made sense, even though there is a technical formula behind it, which now I understand because I went through the Bazi certification. I've spent almost 10 years learning this. It made sense. But the way you explained it, it was like a light bulb moment for me.
yes.
That's what clicked. And then everything was like easy from there. And That's what I want to stress here, that when people work with Dr. Kenny Chong and with Jake, it's not that you're learning the technical aspects, it's learning the results aspect, like the application, like what would you get if you follow these steps and the results you want to create. Sometimes you have to go from A to B to C, sometimes you go from A to D to Z to get the results.
Yes.
And that's what, with 5 of us here in the team now, Armin and William are not here today. Armin is getting ready to fly back to Armenia. He has been with his family here in the United States, going all over. We see his pictures and we are very excited to have him. And William right now is not here today because he's in Kuala Lumpur attending a weekend-long training about how do you guide young children, the next generation that is coming behind us. How do you inspire them? How do you help them create success in life? So we can't wait to have him back next week. But today, Jake, you need to tell us a little bit more about prosperity Feng Shui consultations. Like, what does that mean? How do you achieve prosperity with Feng Shui? So tell us something that, I know you are a business owner, a property investor, and you retired yourself 2.5 years ago.
Yes.
So I'm saying, okay, bless me. Maybe next 2.5 years I can retire. And then you said, no, you can't retire.
But it's all about your action. You can do it anytime.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think I can
share with us,
retire.
Jake. You have to share with us how do you use Feng Shui to get yourself for early retirement, or I would say pursuing your passion, I would say, instead of just retirement, right? Pursuing what you really like to do.
Yeah, actually pursuing, yes. Well, of so many years been passionate about the feng shui, and I see how the environment around me be like. What are they doing now? You know what I mean? So during the period 8, everybody's been buying properties, be buying lands, and okay, that sparkled me. I was like, why are everybody wants in that shoes, you know? So,
Yeah.
and that's what's make me go find out what's about the feng shui is. And when that hits me, that's when I start approaching everybody's, it's like, okay, if they do, because period 8 was about property,
Real estate. Yes.
real estates. Yes. So that's why I went in there during that period 8 where I just, okay, every money that I earn, I invested in it. I don't even leave any money at home or in the savings.
Oh, I thought you slept on a mattress full of money. No, I'm kidding.
Well, I wish.
But
Yeah.
that's a good tip to understand that yes, we all need money to pay our bills. Yes, we need money to get kids to school and college. We need the cash flow. But instead of saving, like, putting cash aside, yes, you need an emergency fund, which is important. But understanding that you need to, instead of being a saver mindset or a spender mindset, you need to be in an investor mindset.
Definitely.
That's important. And I wish somebody taught me that 25 years ago. Jake, where were you? It's like saving, spending, saving, spending, saving, spending. I was in that cycle of saving to pay off the debt, so that I can go to the next level. One of the biggest cultural shock for me here in the United States was that everybody uses the plastic. There's nobody using cash. So I had to learn. But we all have our own cycles of energy to go up and down. It's never a flat line. If it's a flat line, you're dead. Life is up and down. But Feng Shui has saved my life for sure. Chinese metaphysics has saved my life and helped me not only survive, but thrive.
Yes.
Multiple times. And that's important to understand.
So yeah, that's Feng Shui. You have to follow the flow of the energy. Yes.
Yes.
So period 8 was more of a real estate. Now everyone should start on a period 9 energy. So this is the Feng Shui part. So period 9, everyone's focused about collaborations, talking about AI, right? A whole lot about beauty. Okay. So there's a whole lot of spectrum of period 9. So you need everyone to survive or to thrive in period 9. You have to align with the period 9. So this is the Feng
Energy.
Shui perspective. Yes. Yes.
So,
Jake,
Yes.
Jake,
go
what do
ahead.
you think about in period 9? What do you think about buying like a land in the metaverse, for example?
Well, it's not wrong because this is all about investment, and metaverse is a period 9. You see?
Yes.
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 So
Metaverse. Yep.
yes, it's you. Hey, count me in if you're if you're into it, because
Yes.
I'm
I
also
think we should
yes,
start having a discussion, Jake, and see how we can apply Feng Shui in the metaverse, right? So
yes, because see, I did apply a cryptocurrency as well because we
Mm-hmm.
do a crypto mining. Because I think
Yes.
I have shared that with you as well. Because yeah, crypto
Yes. Yes, you have.
mining, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and purchasing machine for mining, and we do service for mining as well. So
Mm-hmm.
actually, our and my wife does the cosmetic beauty. So this is
Correct.
all about the period 9 energy.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. It's fascinating that, yes, the full blown aspect of Peter 9 has started this year with the Wood Dragon year 2024, but we've been preparing to enter this period of 20-year cycle since 2017. It was all, so this is the era of the digital time, AI, cryptocurrencies, collaboration, ready to eat food. For those who don't know, I have a food franchise, meals, chefs for seniors. So we're all not only doing one thing, we are doing multiple things, but we are all trying to align it to the energy of period 9, which is very important for everybody to understand. But we are all working with our own highest strengths and talents. But collaboration is the key. You
Yes.
can't get to the next level all by yourself now in the next 20 years. So, where do you align your energies? What is the best field for you? Uh, Jake, I'm very interested in understanding a little bit about your feng shui numerology as well that you do as an add-on service to your actual feng shui, that you want to. So tell us a little bit about that. What does that do when you're doing feng shui of a home or an office, and then you layer the feng shui numerology to it? What does that do?
Well, numerology is more like a vibrational energies
Yes.
to the numbers. Let's say name numerology, a name. So we can calculate the name and we would summed up to a number, a single digit number. And this number is talking about the name's talking about your expression or your destiny. So within the name, there is a soul urge number and there is also a personality number. So there you
Okay.
can break down from that and we can tell that, okay, this person is desire certain things. Their heart desire for something. Their their personality be like, whatever the number shows up on the name. So it could be any name when we can just look into it and okay, with if that's number, also be alignment you with the period 9 as well. So like my name Jake.
Mm-hmm.
If I were to calculate, it would be a 9. You see? Then if I added my last name, a full name, Jake Yim, the
Uh-huh.
calculation would be an 11, which is a master number.
Ooh,
Yes. You see?
interesting.
Yeah. So a master number, you don't reduce it to a single digit. The master would
Correct.
be a 11, a 22, a 33. So
Yes.
there has to be mathematical number, or that's why I came up with a name. So if it, my name, my what was given was a long name where people could just not able to pronounce or call me
Okay.
out, you know. So I came up. This is why I was fascinated by numerology. I said, okay, I have to come up with a name easy to call, but actually has to be compliance as well.
Oh, interesting. So you gave yourself the new name with the right frequency that
Yes.
would attract the abundance and prosperity that you wanted.
Yes, because that frequency, that vibration energy is actually sync with you to where your desire, where you want.
Where you want to go. Oh, interesting. You
Yes.
know how Tesla says, like, if you want to understand the secrets of the universe, think energy, frequency, and vibration. I love this.
Open
So,
that blockage.
oh,
Yes.
yes, because the desires and the dreams that we have and the goals that we really want to accomplish, they are not within our realm of reality, possibilities. It's outside. And sometimes we can't even see outside because we've never experienced it.
You know?
So aligning to the frequency and the vibrations actually opens up this portal of possibilities that we can achieve our desires. And I'll tell you, I'm a living example of all these desires being fulfilled this period 9 time that I've been working for the last 25 years, I think.
Yes.
It is super speeding things. Last year, a year ago, I didn't know that 12 months later, will be 5 of us on the team. I've been doing this solo for a very long time. Knock on wood, I've been successful. I've had my low times and I've had my peak times. But this is getting better and better and better every week. And I love it. I get text messages, I get Telegram messages from people that they're enjoying the live streams, they're understanding and they're loving the vibration, like our energies together. So this is good stuff. So thank you for being here, for sharing. Kenny, I wanted to ask you something. Um, I know you don't formally do feng shui, but you understand it. You know how to apply it. So when you do your Bazi consults, do you bring in feng shui in there or no?
Yes, I do. I do bring in Feng Shui, but a very small part of it. So it really depends on the needs of the client.
Okay.
So sometimes the client would, let's say they're looking for like a so in Bazi, for example, sometimes they want to know whether they want to do certain activities. It can be a meetings and it can be any important events that they want to do. So from
Mm-hmm.
Bazi, you can actually see the opportunities and what are some of the action can be done. Sometimes there are clients who want very, very specific action. So they ask about where do I do it, for example, and when do I do it. That's
Mm-hmm.
where the date selection come in. And also sometimes they also want to know like where do they sit. And some of them who know a little bit about Feng Shui, they say that, do I face a certain direction and so on. So I do
Mm-hmm.
layer in some of the element of Feng Shui, which I know, which I
Yeah,
learned in
correct.
Chinese Metaphysics to help them, and it give them that kind of certainty, and also give them confidence as well. I think layering certain metaphysics, like what Jake and I mentioned as well,
Yeah.
layering certain metaphysics to fulfill or for certain needs for the client is actually very helpful. So it really depends on the needs and it really depends on what the clients want to do. But I personally experienced that by layering different metaphysics, different school of metaphysics, for example,
Mhm.
it really, really helped. So yeah, so I think learning different schools, having
Correct.
different application for different scenario, it's very helpful, Gagan.
Yeah, and I agree that at the end of the day, we're trying to solve a problem for a client. And it
Exactly.
really doesn't matter which bus or car you take to get to that destination. All it matters is that it should be a smoother ride and faster results. it really doesn't matter which style of feng shui you use. Like I do a lot of Qi Men feng shui, and I do flying stars. I don't do eight mansions. I mean, I understand it, I know it, but I think I'm like quick results, because people, when they come to me, I'm kind of their last resort. I've, like, in the last 10 years, I have kind of understood the pattern of my clients, who they are. They are not the ones who start their journey. Like they might be the ones who want to learn it from me and they like my teaching style and sharing style. But as a client who wants to do a service with me, are the ones that they have gone to different places. They've tried one thing, two things, from one master to the other to the other. They've had some results, but not all of them. But when they come to me, whether it's through word of mouth, referral, through Google search, YouTube, doesn't matter. I'm kind of their last resort. It's like, this is it. I need this to work. I need the results. And thank God, the universe is very kind and full of blessings and miracles. We are able to create miraculous transformations, and it works. So I'm very glad and happy and excited to have everybody. Now I don't have to be the one doing everything. You're like, okay, I've got Feng Shui Master here, so you're going to go do Feng Shui with Jake. I've got Bazi Master here, you're going to go do Bazi with Kenny. And then we will all work together and we will find the solution and get the results much faster, maybe 5 times faster now. Yeah. So that's where I'm excited. Jake, I want to talk about, how did you and Sydney go into the beauty industry? Was that on your Bazi chart, or was that a feng shui thing? I want to know a little bit about it, because skincare beauty is one of the big industries for period 9. So tell me a little bit about that part, because I know your background in businesses is multiple restaurant ownership, property investments, but then, you can see that, oh, you rented a property to open up a restaurant. Now you went and bought the property. That's an easy connection. But why beauty? Where did that go? Because you started that in period 8, not in period 9. So you guys have exclusive distributor ownership for United States and Cambodia. So how did that come in? I know there was Chinese Metaphysics applied there. I know that for sure. So you tell me the secret. Like, how did you figure that out for yourself and Sydney?
Sure. Like I said, it's all about the 5-element flow of energy.
Okay.
It's like a wheel of life. See, when the 5 energies flows, your life flows as well. So if it's one of them block, then you're stuck at somewhere.
Oh.
So it has to be flow in a cycle of 5 element, as you all know.
Productive cycle.
Yes.
Productive cycle. Okay.
It's a productive cycle. Yes. So you're going to period 8.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, we have to see the environment, how it's flowing.
Okay.
Where is it going? And a lot we're showing about cosmetic, about skincare.
Okay.
So then we don't know anything about it. We're just restaurant owners.
Yeah.
So we start to see, okay, period 8 about property is about to end in real estate.
Yes.
And as the period 9, I was seeing what is the period 9 is. Mm-hmm. So period 9 is toward the beauty.
Mm-hmm.
So then we're like, okay, we need to change. We need to do something. Okay. At that point, my wife came up. All right, we'll do something. At first, we did just a product from the US.
Okay.
So at that point, it did go well, but at some point, it was shut down within a year and a half, because actually the people who helping me out was not helpful. I guess we weren't in, yeah. So, but then our passion, and actually not a passion, actually we're like, okay, we don't want to give up, because we are fighters. Like I'm a 7K. So also, I guess people you might not know, but a 7K is risk taker.
Yes.
And with a risk taker, You have to
Highly motivated risk taker.
yes.
Highly motivated is the underlying factor there. A
Yes.
lot of people can be risk takers, but they can be taking risks in dumb stuff, I would say, or not in the right stuff. But aligning your 7K energies to be highly motivated, but in the right alignment, it's like, go with the flow, right? Ride the wave. Where is
Right
the period
away.
9 wave taking, right? So that understanding is important because people can take action in other stuff and not create the results. So that's the smart thing.
Yes. So actually, that flows really takes me into another spectrum. Well, okay,
Okay.
look, we can't do this because if we're buying, selling stuff, everybody can do this because
Mm,
it's the products from the U.S. I mean, if they see us successful, they can do the same. So we
correct.
think about something else. Okay,
Hmm.
how about we gonna have a product where no one can, you know, uh, uh, um,
You.
a copy from, or sells it. Just if they want, they can come from us.
Yes.
So
Yes.
yes, we have a distribution for the whole entire U.S. and the whole Cambodia.
Yes. And it's a
Yes,
Korean product,
this
right?
is Korean product. Yes.
So
So
that's another thing that, I want the listeners and the viewers to understand. Yes, there are a lot of good products all around the world when it comes to skincare and beauty products. Yes, the Korean market is at the top for it. But to understand from a feng shui energy flow perspective where it comes from and where you're selling it, where are you marketing it, is also an energy flow that you can read from Bazi and Feng Shui and Qi Men.
yes, you
So,
see, for a energy wise,
uh-huh.
the period 8 is somewhere. Well, if you know feng shui, others, I mean, the viewers,
Yes,
for the period 8, the energy is in the US.
correct.
And now the period 9 is shifted to Asia.
Yes.
So you see where I'm targeting.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's why we have to that period compliance. Yes.
The
So
flow of energy. So that's good. So, um, understanding feng shui and understanding the flow of the five elemental cycle and the map, the global energy, helped you find the right product and get into the period 9 compliant business with your wife. And you guys are rocking it. I've been on your lives. I've seen your beautiful wife. You guys do a great job. And I'm super excited to have you as a feng shui consultant to help our audience do the same results, like create results within not only people's realm of possibility, but beyond their realm of possibility. Because sometimes you ask the younger audience or even the older audience, older adults who are semi retired or they are trying to find something after they retire. Because, period 7 and period 8, what was it? You work for a company for 45, 50 years and then you retire. What do you do now? Well, the retirement is not enough. So now I need to go find something as a side gig or as a consultancy, or I need to build my brand. I need to do this because the retirement is not enough, right?
yes.
So, how do you figure the new passion? Like, where is it you can align? Bazi and Feng Shui can speed it up for you guys. And we are living, breathing examples of it. Um, I think, Kenny, how do you feel about retirement? Like, what is your perspective? Like, what is retirement to you?
I think with so many technology advancement and the shift of a lot of things in today's world, I don't think that we can just simply call a retirement. I think it's more on moving, doing things that inspire us, and also identify areas that we want to do, or areas that we are interested in.
Mm-hmm.
As we move into period 9, for example, I think a lot of us are looking more inner to ourselves as well, that what really we want to do. I think that is also why metaphysics or Chinese metaphysics it's such an important knowledge that we need to know now, because it gives you an alternative answer and it gives you a different spectrum of what you can find. So in my view, the retirement concept has actually changed. I think for me, it's more on shifting into what we want to do, what is more aligned with us, and in the same time, looking at the timing, like what Jake have just mentioned, right? Period 8, period 7, period 9. These are timing that align with certain activities, and in the same time, it's actually helping us to find our passion as well. Because, for example, 20 years ago, we don't even have such technology that we can share like what we are doing today, Gagan, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Today, we can reach thousands and thousands of people, and people can actually hear our replay and all this. There's a lot of enablers, right? As we go with the technology, like things that in the past, if you want to share like a Chinese Metaphysics, you have to attend, a physical
In
class and
person.
so on. Right?
Correct.
Now, what do we do, right? We go online. I just send a message to Jake. What do I do with this Feng Shui? How do I get this? You get
Yeah.
instant answer, right?
Correct.
So to answer your question, Gagan, I think that the retirement now, it's more on shifting to something that we want to do, or realign something that we want to do, instead of saying that I'm stop working. So because there's a lot more other passion that you can do, and how to find it, you can find out from Chinese Metaphysics. Check out our website at gagansarkaria.com. Book a consult. You will not think about just sitting doing nothing. You'll be able to find your passion, what you want to do after your how we say that, mandatory retirement age, we so call it,
Correct.
from the
Yes.
labor law perspective, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I understand. It has really changed for everybody, and I'll say this because we have services that people can go and check out, right? But we've got amazing resources as well on our website that people can kind of download for free. They can plot their charts for free. They can do so. If people will go to gagansarkaria.com/resources or services, but we can also you can also go to our Soulful Consultant page and understand, okay, what is it that we can do with Penny? What is it that we can do with Jake? What is it that we can do with Gagan? And you don't have to be in a confusion mindset, because you have to figure out what is the result you want to create. And sometimes people don't know what they want. And to get that clarity also, it's important that you can talk to someone who can tell you, okay, these are the areas that you need to be in sync with, because that's where the energy is. So work smarter, not struggle, and get the results that you want. So with that said, I'm going to encourage everybody to join us again next week on Friday, July 5th. I'll have another surprise. We'll have Armin on the show next time. And with that, I'm going to say goodbye to everybody, for all those who are watching us live. And thank you so much, Jake, for joining our group as a Feng Shui master. Kenny, thank you, as always, for your knowledge and presence. I appreciate you guys. Until next time, guys, thank you so much. See you next week.
Thank you.
This is Gagan Sarkaria chiming off, and bye-bye to everybody.